Hello, everybody. Hi. Hello, people. Hey, y'all. Welcome. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. Welcome. I just wanted to hop on real quick to talk about the protections that empaths have to have in their life, right? Because empaths can have it hard. If you don't know what the hell you're doing, if you think you can Captain Save a Hole, if you think you just love on people and fix them, you're going to have a hard ass time in this life. I'm trying to tell you. Like, that's not how you're supposed to do. That's not how you're supposed to move as an empath. That is not how you're supposed to maneuver in this world as an empath. You're not supposed to do that, okay? Empaths need protection. Empaths need boundaries, okay? And this live is to talk about those protections and those boundaries that you need to set place in your life, okay? Because actually, that's one of the reasons why I kind of started this TikTok, because I wanted to talk about empath protection, okay? Because a lot of empaths don't know their power, right? A lot of empaths believe they're weak. A lot of empaths believe a lot of people just run over them. A lot of empaths believe like they have no say so. People always using them. They can't help people. They don't know why they're always being used and all these other things, right? But there are things that you can do in order for you to be protected as an empath and still be able to give your gifts and still be able to give the love that you have inside of you, right? And one of those things for you to protect yourself as an empath is boundaries. Okay? Boundaries. Empaths have to learn how to say no. It's okay to say no. All right. A lot of empaths get stuck in that web of helpfulness, right? Because you want to be there for everybody. You want to be there. You want to be that person. You want to be perfect. You want to be liked. You want to be loved. You want everyone to look at you as being a good person. You want everyone to know that you're here to help, and you want to give, and you want to give people the last that you have, and you want everybody to see how genuous you are. But all those things that I just named is going to leave you heartbroken if you don't say no. It's going to leave you heartbroken if you don't put up boundaries. Okay, excuse me, y'all. Mister. My probably be giving me the blues. You're going to be heartbroken, okay, if you continue in that energy. And I'm going to tell you why, okay? Because empaths like to believe that you can go on in this earth and go on in this life and, just be open. Just give love. You're here. Of course, I have a lot of love to give you. Here, take it. Take everything that I have. I want you to know that I will sacrifice for you. And in the meantime, when everyone's done using you, you will turn around and say, "Oh, I can't believe they did this to me," right? Like, I can't believe they did this to me. I can't believe they didn't give nothing back to me. I can't believe that I opened my space to them. I can't believe I opened my life to them. I can't believe I opened my heart to them. I can't believe that they did this to me after all this love that I done gave them. I can't believe that they would put me in this particular position. But empaths have to learn and understand. An empath light is very bright to those who don't have the light within themselves. Okay? So they can see you coming. All right? They see you coming. They can actually smell you coming. They can see you coming a mile away. So if they don't have those particular aspects within themselves, of course they're going to gravitate to you and get all that they can from you, because they can't reciprocate that to you. Okay? Will it be good for them to reciprocate it? Yes. Will it be fair? Yes. But if you don't hold any boundaries, if you don't create any boundaries to protect yourself, to protect your heart, to protect your mind, okay, to protect your peace, you will not find peace in those situations. And I'm here to tell you, you will not find peace in those situations. You will not be in the place where everyone is going to give you what you need, because while you're busy giving out, you're not putting anything back in. And the more you give out, the more you are looking for other people to feed you in those spaces. But as a healed empath, I can tell you that those spaces that you're looking for people to fill you in, that's not their responsibility. That is not their responsibility. Your responsibility is to feed yourself. Your responsibility is to fuel yourself. Your responsibility is to make sure that you are okay. And anything that is an abundance of your okayness, like if it's an abundance of love that's overflowing your cup, you give what you have left over. You do not give your last. Okay? Because empaths will just go, and then you go, and then you go, and then you go, and then you go, and all of a sudden you're drained. And all of a sudden you have nothing to give nobody. And all of a sudden you're so drained, like nobody is there to give you anything. So then you sit there, you're mad at yourself, you're mad at life, you're mad at people, you're mad at the people you're romantically laying down with, because you can't believe that you done put yourself in this position where you are able to be all these things for all these people. No one give you no reciprocation back. That's where you're supposed to have boundaries, okay? You cannot save everybody. Empaths. You cannot save everybody. Okay? And once you understand, you are only here to assist the collective in their daily routines. You are not here to make it right for them. Okay? Because even if your journey as an empath is to heal, your journey as an empath is to show love and be abundant in it. Their journey is to learn from the lesson that they have to learn on their journey. So if you are always the one fixing it, if you're always the one that they come to fix it, if you're always the one to the rescue, what are they learning? You are standing in divine purpose of their lesson. Please understand that. That's what you're doing. So the more you stand in the divine purpose of their lesson, the more you are taken away from their divinity to learn what they have to learn, which is within their purpose, which is within their karma, which is within their life. Okay? Just because you love someone, empaths, does not mean it's going to be it doesn't mean that you don't make these people accountable for their actions. Just because you love someone, empaths, does not mean that you just turn a blind eye to what these people do because you know they don't have what they need. You don't do that. Okay? You have to present yourself where you are exuding love, you're exuding kindness, you are exuding compassion, but you also have to present yourself where you are keeping those around you accountable. The more you keep people accountable, the more boundaries you are setting for yourself. Okay? And let me tell you how that looks. If you are in a situation as an empath and you are assisting people or persons or whoever during this time, and whoever you're assisting is not keeping accountability. What does keeping accountability mean? Okay, let's just say whoever you're assisting is saying, oh, if it's a romantic relationship, I won't cheat on you. I won't abuse you. I won't take anything from you. If it's your kids, because empaths can go too far and beyond for their children. Okay, even if it's your child and your child came from your womb, your child still need to learn lessons in this life. Okay, you cannot save your child from the lessons that life has to give your child, because your child has a certain purpose that's beyond you. You just birthed your child. You were just the just the channel that your child came through. That does not mean that you have the ability to give your child all the lessons that they need to learn on this earth from you. Your children are going to get other information. Your children is going to go down other paths. Your children are going to have other resources and purposes in their life, the reason why they came here. So there is something outside of you they have to learn. They're not going to learn everything from you. If they learn everything from you, you are giving your children what they say, you are not giving your children the right equipment to live life. Because there's going to be a time where you're not going to be here. There's going to be a time where your children are going to be adults, and what are they going to do then? So you keep your children dependent on you because you feel like, well, I'm the parent and I'll always have to, because you're always going to be there. If you're here physically, you're always going to love your child. You're always going to be there for your child. But when it comes to the point of you're not keeping your child accountable, because you can't turn off the parent switch to the accountability switch, because you believe you being a parent does not mean you have to keep your children accountable. You are harming your children. You are harming them, because now they are only relaying to the world. They are relating the world to how you treat them. They are only relating the information that you're giving them or how you treating them, because you can say, well, I don't teach my child to go out and do bad things. I didn't raise you like that. But in the middle, if you have, in the process of you raising your child, if you have turned blind eye to the things that they're supposed to be held accountable for, if you have turned a blind eye to them getting in trouble, to them not getting good grades, to them cussing out the teacher, to them ditching school, to them being disrespectful in the house, to them abusing their siblings, to them being disrespectful to elderly, to whatever that you know that is wrong, but yet and still you don't want to correct them, or you may tell them things, but you still give them the benefits you still give them the benefits of them, like if they wasn't breaking the rules. You are teaching your child how to act in public. You're teaching your child how to act in society. So that means, of course, I'm gonna go in here and steal and take. You're not gonna take me to jail. I didn't get in trouble at my house. Yeah, I knew it was wrong, but I still got what I wanted. I'm gonna do. They're gonna act like that when they go outside as adults. Okay, a lot of parents have that confused. You have to keep your people around you and your kids. You have to keep everybody accountable. Okay, and like I said, how you keep them accountable is, once you can love them, but if someone that you're loving on is someone that you are giving your heart and your devotion and your dedication to, is acting unaccordingly, you have to correct them. You have to tell them, look, you know what? I love you. I'm here for you. I can do what I can for you. But there is something that you have to give me in return. Okay? Because life does not work like that. You have to give something for me. You have to give me something in return, whether it's that respect, whether it's that for you to do your chores, whether it's that for you to keep a job, whether it's that for you to go to school, whether it's that for you to, make sure the home is okay, whatever it is. There is some way that's for you not to cheat on me. That's for you to not abuse me. Whatever it is, you have to keep them accountable. You cannot just sit there and close your mouth and just hope and pray and wish these people are going to do right by you because you're giving out so much. The world does not work like that. It doesn't. It does not. And a lot of people have a hard time with that because now you start feeling invalid. You start feeling, well, is my love enough? I give you all that I have. Well, what more do you want? I do this and do that, and I can't get no get right out of you. You're always cheating on me. You're always lying to me. You're always abusing me. You're always being, disruptive in this household, however this household is, because you believe just because you give out love how you give out love, they're going to be like, oh my God, you know what, they are giving me something that's wonderful. I'm just going to do what I have to do, and I'm just going to make sure that things go right all the time. And that's not what's going to happen. Like, if you're in a store, that this is what empaths do all the time. And I'm telling y'all because I'm an empath. Okay, what empaths do, you just say, like, your love and your abundance and your heart is a store, right? Anybody's welcome in your store. You got everything people need in your store, right? Your store has prices on your items. There's a price on your items, but as soon as someone comes to you and say, "Oh, I need it," "Oh no, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Just go." "Oh no, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Just go." Now you have a line full of people with items that's coming to you with prices on it. And you keep on telling them, "Oh no, that's fine. Just go." "Oh, I love you. Don't worry about that. Just go." And then all of a sudden you're going to look up at your store. You're not going to have anything in your store. You're not going to have anything in your register. And now you're sitting there, all these people came to you with free things. I mean, for free things. Now you're mad at the people because they didn't pay you. Now, if you had the ability, even if you had, and this is how you have to treat yourself, even if you had money, if they opened up a Ralph's or wherever you are, a Kroger or Food for Less or Vines, whatever, right? Let's say they open up this store. You could have a pocket full of money, but if this store say you can come in and get whatever you want, if you need it, you don't need to pay me anything. You're not gonna pay that store shit. You're gonna keep that money in your pocket. And that's how people will treat you when you give out your love and your abundance and you don't keep people accountable. So you keeping people accountable is you setting your price and that gets to that register. Hey, I got whatever you need, but understand that there are rules and regulations and things you have to follow when you're here getting what you need. And at the minute and at the moment that you don't give me, there's no fair exchange of energy, I'm not going to be, the store is going to close. You understand that, right? Do I love you? Yes. Do I have the ability to possibly give you more that you can give me at this time? Possibly. But there are some things that I need you to be accountable for. And if you're not accountable for those things, I can no longer give you what I have, because now I'm putting myself in a position to be used. Understand that if you set up boundaries, you will not be able to be used. Y'all know that, right? You have a choice. You don't have to be used. You don't have to be degraded. You don't have to be abused. You don't have to be. But it's up to you to make that choice in your life. No one is going to make that choice for you. No one is going to come into your life and say, "You know what? I love you more than you love yourself." No one is going to come to you and do that. Now, I know they tricked us about the Disney movies and these romantic stories, and no one is going to come in your life and do that. They're not. You have to show yourself love first. You have to be abundant within yourself first. And then you have the ability to see who you can give your love to, who you can give your abundance to. But if you are in an unhealed space, if you're in a broken space in your life, or you in an unhealed spot of your life, and then you just always give your love and your abundance and your heart to people who don't give it back, and you looking at these people like they're wrong. No, you're only connecting to these people because you are in an energetic, your guys are on the same energetic frequency as these people who misuse you. Understand that, because you might not be doing the misusing. People get this confused too. You may not be doing the misusing. You may not be doing the abuse, but if you feel so low about yourself, if you feel like you're nothing, if you feel like the love you have isn't great within yourself, if you feel like you don't need to be respected, if you feel like asking for respect or asking for the same for people to give you the same energy is too much, if you believe that standing up for yourself is too much, if you believe that asking someone to respect you is too much, that then you're going to attract those people who are not going to respect you. You're going to attract those people who just looking to take from you. You're going to attract those people who don't want to be held accountable because they're already energetically and the frequency wise you guys match. They don't want to be held accountable, and you think that you don't want to hold nobody accountable. Y'all on the same fucking boat, going to the same place. Y'all just got on different outfits. Okay? Understand that. So, because the more you hold people accountable and the more boundaries you keep for yourself, you will not be able to be used. Because those people who use people, they don't want to be held accountable. That's what keep them away. Especially as women, I don't know how many men empaths are on here, but especially as women have a hard time women have a hard time um damn, I just lost my train of thought. Women have a hard time with not expressing themselves, expressing what they want. Not, I'm not talking about that. Oh, I need a Birkin. I need $500. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actually communicating with somebody and saying, hey, I like you. You like me. What do you see? Where is this going? What is your intentions with me? What is it how do you want this relationship to go? What do you think this relationship is involved? What are we involving in this relationship? Um, Tell me what you think you're gonna get out of this relationship, because I'm gonna tell you what I'm not going to accept from you. I'm going to tell you my boundaries. I'm going to tell you I like you, but there are some things you have to give me if you're over here. You got to respect me if you're over here. You can't just say, oh, we just kicking it, we just talking. Then all of a sudden we talking for 6 months, and then we talking for a year, and then you want me to be available for you, but when I need you to be available for me, you know what it is. A lot of women don't know how to decipher that, so you would just fall in line and let people drag you wherever they drag you, because you're too scared to say, hey, I like you, but I'm not with all that. I like you, but I need you to respect me. I like you, but I like you, but I need you to respect me. I like you, but I need you to be shit dedicated to me. I like you, but I'm not gonna let you drag me to fucking hell. I like you, and a lot of women don't know how to do that. So a lot of women was holler and scream and, oh, I was abused. I was abused. Yes, women can get abused. Yes, you can. You can even find yourself in a relationship with people who will tell you or will act like they will give you what you need in life. They will be there for you, but and they don't. Like they'll go way past left. But a lot of women will let people kind of, when I say let people just take the road, just take lead. Oh, you say that's what we just kicking it? Okay, well, we just kicking it. Like, oh, well, you don't want me to ask you nothing. You don't want me to call you at this particular time, but you want me to be available for you at all times. Okay. Well, that's what you want. I mean, a lot of women do that. And I'm telling you, once you step in your boundaries and once you step in keeping people accountable, you will not deal with those people because they don't want to be held accountable. That's the reason why they're there with you. Because trust me, those people who move like that, those people who do that, they try to talk to other people, but it don't last that long. You want to know why? Because there is something that they have to do over there that they don't have to do with you. You can't be coming in here at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. What's going on? Well, oh, I don't play that over here. Oh, what? Like you just want me to be available to you while you out there doing what you want to do without supposed to answer my phone when you call, but I can't do that to you. I'm not doing that with you. You'd be surprised how many people tell these people no. You'd be surprised how many people keep these people accountable. But as soon as they get to you, of course they're gonna stay a little bit longer. Of course they're gonna make you feel like you really the one because you the only one that's putting up with the bullshit. And then once all the bullshit is said and done, and you really get tired, or some things really pop the fuck off, and then it's like, oh, I can't believe you did this to me. I did all this for you. I held myself available for you while you were out there talking to other people. But why though? That was a choice that you made because you thought that them being comfortable was more important than you being comfortable. That's what you thought. So is the responsibility on them abusing you or hurting you? Or is the responsibility on you not setting boundaries for yourself? And I think a lot of people have to get to that spot. Because if you don't get to that spot, I don't care. I don't care if you meet a man. I don't care if you meet a woman. I don't care if it's same sex, heterosexual, whoever. I don't care who it is. I don't care. You will always run into those issues. You will always run into those problems if you do not hold people accountable. If you let people run you over, you have to set up boundaries. Empaths, it's not just about love, okay? But in one thing that empaths have to learn, okay? A lot of times empaths know that you can love hard and you love a lot of people and you're all in, right? You know that. You're all in. I love hard. But what empaths have to know, you have a certain power in you that everybody don't have. Okay? Thanks for the likes, y'all. Y'all on here, please tap the screen. Um, there is something inside of you that a lot of people don't have as empaths, okay? Empaths has the power to love through the hard times, to love through when it hurts, to keep on loving even after you get hurt because love resides in you. It's like love is generated in you. So you have the ability to be that wherever you are, no matter if someone hurts you, no matter if whatever, right? But I need y'all to know how powerful that is, okay? Because if you are in the energy of always giving that out and no one's able to give that back to you, you don't look at that as being power. You look at that as being a weakness. And I'm here to tell y'all that because I myself thought my love was a weakness because I back in the day, I wanted to be able to move like how everybody else moved. And what does that mean? Like I wanted to be able to not care. Like I wanted to be able to not to care. I wanted to be able to not love as much as I did. And this is romantic, platonic, friendship. I wanted to turn that off. I wanted that to leave because I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know that it was things I could have to put in place in order for me to be abundant in the energy that I was born in to be great in. I didn't know that. But now that I know that, I know I'm here to tell y'all that that is a gift, because that's why a lot of people don't care. That's why a lot of people turn that off, because being in love or loving someone to that extent keeps you in a vulnerable stance. It keeps you open, right? But the power in that is, no matter how vulnerable you are, you know you're going to have the power to stand that. You know you're going to have the power to overcome that. You still going to have the power to be loved, even if you're not in a loving situation. You're still going to have the power to do that. That's why it's hard for people to love people. That's why it's hard for people to be loving in relationships, because they don't want to be vulnerable. There's power in being vulnerable, and to the point where you are able to give out what other people are afraid of, because that breaks people down. We see it all the time. That breaks people down. People don't want to get so in touch and in tune with their heart space and their heart chakra to where it's open enough for someone to come in. They don't want to be in tune like that. They don't want to be in tune to that part of themselves, because the more they are in tune to that part of themselves, the more they leave themselves open to be destroyed. But with empaths, we don't know nothing else. Like, this is what we have. This is what you're going to get. No matter if I was hurt 5 years ago, if I was hurt a year ago, if I was hurt 10 years ago, someone hurt me 30 years ago, I'm still going to be loved wherever I go. That is the power. And you have to learn how to protect that power. And you have to learn how to use that power. And the more you use your power, you will understand why people who don't have the power will always gravitate to you. That's why narcissists always gravitate to empaths. Not because, and people have to understand that I know people see narcissists being the bad guy, narcissists being the big bad wolf, right? Everybody's scared of the narcissist. Everyone don't want to be around a narcissist, but there is narcissists are weak. That's why they display themselves in the fashion that they display themselves, right? And when people hear that, or I say that to certain people, they look at me like weak. Like, this person is trying to knock my lights out. What you mean weak? Like, this person is trying to destroy my life. What you mean they weak? We have used energies and turned them around. So the energies that's destructive, we think that's power. And the energy that has the ability to love and to build and to grow, we call that weak. That is the other way. That's the other way to fuck around. Understand that. That's the other way around. People who destroy, people who come to take are the weak ones, because they know they don't have that inside of them. They don't have that. It doesn't come from within. So if it doesn't come within, then of course I have to put up this front like I'm stronger than you, because I need you to relinquish what you have. You have the power. I need you to relinquish what you have, because you have the power. I'm just too insecure and too discouraged in myself to for me to get that power that I know you have. So I have to come into your world. I have to come into your life, and I have to distract you. How do I distract you? As how do narcissists distract you? I have to belittle you. I had to make you feel bad about yourself. I have to treat you bad. I had to not give anything to you, because I have to break you to the point where the only person that's going to be reciprocated in this relationship is me, because you have what I got. I mean, you have what I need. You have what I want. I'm not able to go out there and get that on my own. That's why I'm always hounding you. That's why I'm always on your back. That's why I need to break you down, because you have the power source that I need to take from. And you can't get it from me, because if you can get it from me, I would have gave it to myself. Understand that. And people get so lost in that. And if you start looking at narcissists like that, they wouldn't be, I wouldn't say it wouldn't be an issue, but you will know what it is. And you will know how to stay far from them. You will understand that. Okay? And a lot of times with empaths, you got to stop letting people gaslight you. Not gaslighting. Excuse me. Is that gaslighting? It's not gaslighting. You got to stop letting people love bomb you. That's it. Love bomb. You got to stop that, because as empaths, oh my God, you want to do what with who? With me? Oh my God. Yeah. Yes. Oh, I deserve this. Yes. Finally. Finally, someone can see me. Finally, someone can see me in my loving light. Finally. Finally, someone is giving me what I want. Finally. You have to refrain from that love bombing, okay? Because while you have the ability to be loving and to give out love like that, everyone doesn't. So a lot of people will love bomb you in a situation, a relationship, because they want you to believe and they want to act like they can be like you, or be in your energy, or be in your field, or give what you can give, but they can't. Okay? You have to take your time as an empath and say, oh, I know you say you like me. I know you say we're dating, and I know you say this and that, but how do you feel me? Like, you don't just tell me you love me and I'm beautiful and I'm just so smart. Like, no, 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 no. What is it about me that you feel just so grand about, that you just have to go over and beyond for me? And a lot of empaths don't like to, they don't understand that, because we give so much and we give so many people. And when someone comes into our life that's ready to give to us, we're like, oh my God, yes, finally. Oh my God, where you been? Where you been? Twin, where have you been? We're ready. We're ready to grab it. We are ready. What? I've been looking for you all my life. Where have you been? Okay? But you have to understand, like, they looking to give. They looking to love bomb you at first, because they have no other hand to play with. Like, they don't have nothing else to fall back on. They don't have nothing else to hold their ground with you on, because they know the longer that you guys encounter each other, you can be like, wait a minute, hold on. This ain't the same person. Your attitude funny, you a cheater, you a liar. This ain't the same person. So of course, they're gonna do whatever they can just to get you to the point where you're not questioning their motives. But the only thing that you guys share may be a date and some physical intimacy. What makes you more important than the other girls they had a date and physical intimacy with? You have to start asking yourself those questions. You have to start asking yourself those questions. You have to start being an advocate for yourself. And not tell empaths. So I tell everybody this, but as empaths, you have to advocate for yourself like you would advocate for your children. Like, you have to vet for yourself like you would vet for your children. Like, you wouldn't let your children go anywhere, right? You won't let them stay with anybody. You won't let anybody come pick them up. You wouldn't let them go with anybody. You wouldn't just let, oh, mom, um, I have this friend at school and their parents said they want to buy me a whole bunch of clothes. You'd be looking at what? For what? Why do they want to buy you a whole bunch of clothes? They don't know you. You had to start vetting for yourself like you vet for your children. But as an adult, as adults, we don't do that. Okay? And the reason why I want to come on here talking about empaths because I see a lot of empaths getting hurt. I see a lot of empaths wonder why they have to suffer. I see a lot of empaths, wonder why they in a certain situation, why they have to be this way, why did this thing keep on happening to them? Because please believe me, I've been there and I've done that. Like I'm in my 40s. So it took me a while to even know what the fuck an empath was. I had no clue. Like what? I just knew I was real sensitive. And at one point I wanted to turn my sensitivity off because I didn't want to feel no more. I didn't want to feel. I didn't want to care so much. I didn't want to be that one that was always giving more than everybody else. Like I didn't want to be that person no more. And I didn't know and I didn't understand like that was my superpower. Like all those years that I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that. I don't want that. That's literally my superpower. I just turned 44 and I'm talking about teaching empaths how to be stronger empaths. I know I didn't know anything about that. I just knew that I was always putting myself in positions around people with people who didn't value me, who didn't view me. And then I had to do a self reflection. I had to do self regulation, a regulation to myself. Like, okay, yeah, they don't view you, but what do you feel for yourself? Like, no, they don't view you, but how do you view yourself? What do you think about yourself? How do you love yourself? You can't expect people to love you and you don't have a compass of where your love resides. And that's literally why you have to love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, people will give you their definition of love and it's not really love. And if you don't know what love is, you will get hurt and you will be confused because you keep on bringing back to, oh, but they say they love me. And then, but your heart is telling you, oh, thank you, love, thank you. But your heart is telling you, well, I don't feel love in this space, I'm hurt. But then your mind telling you, but they say they love me. But if you was in the same accord in your mind and in your heart, if you was in the same accord in your mind and your heart, you wouldn't second guess what you're feeling in that particular aspect of love because you already know what it is because you love yourself. You already know what you're not going to do to yourself. You already know how you're not going to disrespect yourself. You already know how you're going to keep yourself safe. You already know how you're going to give yourself compassion, how you're going to give yourself grace, how you're going to give yourself love, how you give yourself abundance. And then people don't come into your space with that same energy that you have for yourself. You know you need to keep the fuck on moving. You know you need to move. But a lot of people don't because they don't know what love is even within themselves. You have to be your first guide of love when you are an adult. You have to be your first guide of love. You have to stop, dig back, see what's going on, see how love fits in your life, see how you view love, see the things that you're doing to yourself, and the things that you're doing to yourself is calling you self-destruction. You are not loving yourself. Period. If the things that you're doing in your life is calling you self-destruction, if the things that you're doing in your life is calling you sadness, if the things that you're doing in your life is calling you is giving you misunderstandings, if the things that you're doing in life is giving you confusion, you're not loving yourself. Loving yourself is very prevalent once you get into that space. But if you don't love yourself, and anybody can come up to you and say, "Hey, I love you," and you be like, "Hey, okay, well, shoot, let's go in love." And then all of a sudden you look up like, "Wait a minute, I know you say love me, but this don't feel good. Like, what type of love is this?" You get confused because you didn't have nothing to compare their love to. You didn't have nothing to compare the compass to the goal to. You have to set the standard. You had nothing to relay your standard to. That's why you keep on getting hurt. Because you know for yourself, I don't disrespect myself. I don't put myself in trouble. I'm not out there committing crime. I'm not out there leaving my private parts open. Okay. I protect myself in a private manner. I protect myself in a sexual manner. I protect my mind. I protect my spirit. I'm very cautious on who I have in my life. I don't let anyone come in and out. I don't even give everyone the access to be in my life. And you have to, that's how you learn how to, hey, that's how you learn how to, uh, um, excuse me, that's how you learn how to set the standard for love in your life. Yes, you have to see yourself as royalty. You have to see yourself as royalty. If you see yourself as everybody else, or you see everybody, or you see like, well, I don't want to say nothing, so I'm just gonna give them the key. Well, I don't want to make them feel bad. I want them to know that I like them. I'm just gonna give them everything. You gonna have an empty store and an empty cash register, like I said in the first place. You don't do that, okay? And once you find someone who is able to respect themselves, once you find someone, yes, we will. Once you find someone, we are rising right now. That's why I'm having this conversation. We're rising right now. Even if I don't know how many people on here, but it's only said it's three. Even if it's three of y'all on here, consciousness is rising right now. Consciousness is rising, not even on my live, but on other people's live. The consciousness is rising. So the energy will rise. The more people get in on accord with the energy and the consciousness. It don't matter who listening. Because some days I may have 5 of y'all on here. Some days I may have 200 of y'all on here. Either way, if whoever mind is listening at that point, you are contributing to the higher frequency. You are contributing to the higher consciousness. And if one at a time, two at a time, 10 at a time, it's going to get raised. It's just like you pouring into the conscious cup. It's like you pouring into the conscious cup. You pouring into the conscious collective. That's how we wake them up. Yeah, we got to. We been people have been waiting for too long. And when I say waiting, people have been waiting for too long. People try to get to this point with religion. People try to get to this point with jobs. People try to get to this point with people. People try to get to this point with cars, money, and it didn't work. Some people knew how to get it to religion through religion because they was able to see spirit, not the actual aspect of religion. They was actually able to witness God in religion. Those people get it. But a lot of people don't get it. a lot of people don't get it. And excuse me, but the people that's like me, or the people that's healers or empaths or intuitives or whatever, like, the time is now, because we are at, I wouldn't say we are at the point of destruction, but I will tell y'all we are like at the crossroads right now. Just put it like that. We are at the crossroads. So it's like we are in the middle of the things that's going on. So we already past where we came from. Now we're in a crossroads of where we could be. And either do you want to get a ticket to come back to where you came from, or you want to get a ticket to go up north. You want to get a ticket to go up out of there. Okay? And that is where the collective is right now. Like, that's where that energy is right now. We're just at the crossroads. And we're telling people, if you want to get to this space, you want to get to that space. You want to keep on doing what you want to do. Okay, you're going to go back to where you came from. And then you're going to deal with those things, whatever those things was in that particular place. But if you want to go over here, you understand you're going to need a new ticket. You can't be on this train at the crossroad. You can't be on this train on the same shit you was on that train. Because we're not going to accept it on this train. Okay? We on something different. We going somewhere. Excuse me. We going somewhere beyond this atmosphere. We going somewhere beyond where you came from. Okay? That don't belong where we going. Okay? And another reason why I believe that the crossroads is happening right now, because the energy of the world is speeding up. And karma is speeding up. Manifestations, prayers, whatever you want to call it, is speeding up. Because it's a time to, this time, like, we are at the crossroads with the people, but like the actual structure of things have to tear down. It just has to. And I don't think that they understand, or the people understand, or whoever understand, like, it has been so many things that destroyed the aspects of spirit, or destroyed the aspects of love, or destroyed the aspects of family and unity and things like that, and higher consciousness. And during that destruction of the higher consciousness, we dealt with a lot of things. Like, we saw a lot of suffering, and we saw a lot of disappointment, and we saw a lot of pain, and we saw a lot of confusion, and we saw a lot of people being lost because they just couldn't understand why these things was happening. Like, they just couldn't understand why certain things were in play. But now we're seeing, even in the entertainment world, now we're seeing that even though they was doing it, even if they was powerful, even if they did have a lot of money, even if they did have the ability to do what they want to do and say what they want to say and act how they want to act, we are seeing those people being recommended in real time. And that's because it's been, this rhetoric has been going on for too long. Like, even when I talked about the bad and the good, like, literally, like, the things that we call good, or people will consider to be good right now, or what the collective, because there's a collective that's rising, right? There's also a collective that's still down there. There's still a collective of people, or a frequency of people, or people on a whole nother consciousness. And those people who are on the whole other consciousness believe, because they have free will, so they can believe they want to believe. But we all know what those things get them, because when it deals with energy, it don't matter. When it deals with energy, it does not matter if you're doing it in 1999, or you're doing it in 2024, or you're doing it in 1965. Like, it's still gonna have the same energy feel to it. So even if you believe it's right or it's wrong, so just people that's on the lowest sense of that energy field, they believe that, they doing what they want to do. They living how they want to live. But by time is speeding up, and things are speeding up because things have to switch over to what's going to keep us in alignment. They're going to have a harder time than usual. And that's the reason why a lot of people have to get on board. Those people that's down there, they're gonna have a harder time than usual, because like I said, if things are speeding up to switch over, if things are speeding up to destroy the paradigm where we were in, that energy ain't gonna it's gonna be the same energy, but it's gonna be greater, because it has to move, it has to be disturbed in order for it to break. Like, I don't think a lot of people think about that, because I know a lot of people talking about spirituality and on their journey, but when someone having a baby is beautiful, right? Like, you birth a baby in this world, you love a baby, everybody, all the family is happy, another spirit is coming into the family, and everybody's happy about that, right? But in the mix of that, the mama literally got one foot in the grave and one foot uh, on real world. Like, you're going through a whole bunch of shit. Like, your world has to stop for a moment. Like, you have to go through a certain amount of pain. Like, you just don't be, oh, I'm pregnant, and 9 months later the baby just walk out the door. Like, no, you have to literally go through the fire in order for that baby to get here. And that's literally how the energy plays out. That's literally how this thing is switching over. So, yeah, are you happy that the baby here? Yeah. But shit, do you want to go through those labor pains and shit? I think not. But in order for that baby to get here, you had to suffer in that way. You had to sacrifice the peace and the pleasure, or the even if you do have pain when you're pregnant, you have to suffer with the pregnancy and the pains in order for the baby to get here. And that's literally when they talking about new things and new things coming, like, that's literally like what that is. And it's just looking a little different now to people, because even those people who really didn't think about things like that, they're thinking about shit like this, and they're like, well, wait a minute, hold on. Like, it's a different time, because I believe a lot of people are, even if they don't know what it is, like, they feel something different. It's like things are not the same anymore. Like, even the sun don't feel the same no more. If you pay attention, like, even the sun don't feel the same outside no more. And I believe that's for a reason. And even with this matriarchal takeover that's happening, I believe that has to happen in order for things to be in alignment, because I think a lot of things in this world, or in our, well, yeah, I guess in our world, we have focused on the patriarchal system of doing things, and we have totally removed the matriarch, right? We have totally removed the mother. We have totally removed the feminine. We have totally removed the divine. We have totally removed Mother Nature. And even with the aspects of Mother Nature, they are, it's something called biosexism. If you guys aren't aware, biosexism is when they will replace the fruit trees with pollen trees. And the fruit trees are feminine, right? Because the fruit trees carry the fruit like the women. We carry the fruit. Basically, we carry the fruit. And they are getting rid of the fruit trees because they said the fruit trees are polluting the area. They're polluting whatever they're grown at, because understand, if you place an apple tree on a street, it's gonna be apples that probably will fall off that tree. They're saying that that is a form of pollution. So now what they are doing is they are destroying female trees. They're destroying female trees and keeping more pollen trees. And the pollen trees are the male trees. Okay, so that's why when it start being summertime and your allergies start acting up just a little bit more, and you all be sneezing and your eyes are scratchy and you don't know what the hell, it's like every year your allergy is getting worser and worser and worser. It's because that pollen has nowhere to go to fertilize the female trees, because they done took the trees out. The female trees cause pollution to them, and the male trees that is here to fertilize, those female trees have nothing to fertilize. What do? They go in the air and they come into your nose and they mess up your whole morning. They give you headaches and shit. So when it comes to this matriarchal dismissal, this shit runs deep. I know people talk about, but the man and the men need to be in their place. Women need to be in their place. This shit is so far beyond that. Y'all don't have a clue. Like, that is so far beyond that. That's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Like, this shit is really going on, like, in Mother Nature. Like, to the point where they're like destroying, like, yes, they're like destroying the female trees. Yeah. Even when it comes to like femicide. Femicide rates have went up in other countries, in this country, in the last 5 years. Yes, in the last 5 years, the femicide rates, which means the people who unalive the feminine, the people who unalive people who, and please understand, when they talk about those feminine men and they hate the feminine man, and the feminine man just and the feminine man just trick them on all these other things, understand, a part of that is not just them being tricked. Understand that. Understand that. The part of that is not just them being tricked. And another part of that is just them wanting to off the feminine aspect in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, the shit runs deep. So when it comes to this matriarchal system that's rising now, or people talking about the 4B movement, like, even though I have my own perspective about the 4B movement, Like I said, it has to be destruction. It has to be something disruptive in order for it to get in aligned, in order for it to be in alignment. So, for whatever reason, even if it's just to shake up the table, even if it's just to get people to think different, I believe the 4B movement is needed. Because the feminine aspects in our life and in our world yes, the feminine aspects in our life and in our world has been dismissed by a lot of people, by a lot of organizations, by a lot of companies, by a lot of things. And literally, like, the feminine power is what fuel a lot of shit. So it's kind of unfair for certain organizations and certain groups and certain people to say, the feminine isn't that smart. The feminine needs to stand in their place. The feminine needs to, can't preach and can't rule a church, can't be a pastor, can't, like, it's just so many things like the feminine can't do. But then the other aspect, like, schools wouldn't be running if it wasn't for the feminine. Like, churches wouldn't be open if it wasn't for the feminine energy. But yet, in some churches, when it comes to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, like, there is no woman aspect even in God's creation. And Eve ate the apple because she was trying to disobey God and Adam. Like, the whole rhetoric that they put on the feminine energy is wild. The feminine energy is chaotic. Where where I think feminine energy can be chaotic to people who don't know what the real feminine energy is. When they just want the feminine energy to be in the space of being complacent and just being a doormat and sacrificing themselves for, like, their relationships and all that other stuff. And when the feminine energy tells them no, like, I have a family, I have this, I have that, but I also deserve respect. I also deserve to be loved the way you do. I also deserve to be treated the way you do. I also deserve to be respected. I deserve to have my boundaries in my own minds and my own thoughts. I deserve to be vocal in my stance. They don't understand that. So they revert that to being chaotic. Because to them, a woman just supposed to birth babies, stand behind her man, and take care of the home. And women were made in a far greater image than that. Like, we are literally the gatekeepers between the spiritual realm and the physical realm. Because in order for anybody to get here, they had to come through us. For anybody to get here, they had to come through us. So that gives us a connection in spirit that they don't even have. Because I hear a lot of men say, oh, well, it's up to the sperm to determine the sex of the child. So it's not really your mom that's doing too much. You should thank your dad. No, like, literally, like this, like that substance just gets dumped. That substance just get dumped into the woman, and then the woman body will create an actual being, like an actual body, like the woman is so great that it will actually create an actual vessel for this physical realm, for that being to be able to live in this physical realm. And you want to deny the feminine power because of what? Like, it makes absolutely no sense, and it's just the time for that shit to be disrupted. Period. So a lot of things are changing over. A lot of things are changing. A lot of things are. A lot of people are paying attention to certain things. A lot of people are thinking about certain things now because all this shit, whatever's going on, a lot of this shit has to fall. Period. In order for it to put it back in place. Yes, everything is unraveling. Everything. And this is just the beginning. We have not seen the well, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just them like just opening the package. They haven't even dumped the whole package yet. They have not dumped the whole package yet. We're just witnessing them opening it up, and this stuff is spilling out. We haven't witnessed everything. It's gonna be so much shit to hit the fan. People who didn't pay attention or who were not paying attention, I'll bet you they'll pay attention soon. I bet you they'll pay attention soon. Okay? So I am going to take this live to my YouTube. Um, I have a YouTube as well. So if you follow me, I put my lives on YouTube. And I'm not really making YouTube content right now. But I am placing my TikTok content on YouTube because I'm in the process of creating my Patreon. And my Patreon is going to consist of me. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're here too. Um, my Patreon is going to consist of, things I can give to the collective, like motivational messages. If they need personal assistance, I am a spiritual life coach. Like, I have took the classes and all of this stuff. I'm a certified life coach. But I was born to do this shit. Like, this shit is just ingrained in me. So I'm sending a Patreon to service people on another level if they need extra assistance. So not really doing any YouTube videos, but I am transferring like my material from TikTok, like my lives and stuff onto YouTube. So if you missed any part of the live that you want to catch up, or you just want to go and kind of revert back to, oh, thank you very much. You want to revert back to here and there. Just subscribe to my YouTube, and I will place this. I'll try to put on there tomorrow, because I know sometimes TikTok takes too long for me to download videos onto YouTube, and I don't know why. But I will get this out to y'all tomorrow. And y'all be good, be great, be abundant, and I will talk to y'all later. All right, bye.